This is the point and shoot camera. These are Canon brand, and we have a handful of them in the photo studio. In order to get it to work, I'm going to go through some basic functions for you today. And so I just want you to just kind of look around at the camera with your group and just see what you can figure out. And as we go forward in this class, you'll get to know the settings better and better. So first things first, power button. And you're always going to set this mode dial, the mode dial at the top, to P for program. Program is just, it's not fully manual, but at the same time you have more control than fully automatic. So from now on, for any camera you have in this room, you're going to always set this to P, which stands for program. Okay? On the back here, and this is backwards of course, on the back here we have this function set center button. And this is where you're going to get to most of your menu options. And so we're going to go through this real quick, and then you'll have some time at the end here to play around. So turning the camera back on, fell asleep. I'm going to press function set, the center button right here in the middle of the dial. And the first option I come to is called what we call a white balance. And you can see I have choices. I have, if I move this around, it'll go from fluorescent H to regular fluorescent, and I'm sorry, this is backwards. We have tungsten, cloudy, daylight. And what you'll find is you're going to want to use the actual settings. You're not going to want to use the auto. So if you are in here, look at the ceiling real quick. What kind of light is that? It's called fluorescent. And it's this one. And you can see how the color in the background up here changes as I scroll through these. So even if you're unsure of what the light is called, you're going to find the one that looks the most natural. Fluorescent is our best match for these kind of lights because they are fluorescent lights. Okay? So we're going to go there and we're going to press function set. All right. Next one down, we're going to leave this at off. Go ahead and just always leave that at off. Single shot, that's what we'd like. If you're doing high-speed sports photography, you could do continuous. That would just let you take a bunch of exposures at once, but we'll leave it at single shot. You're going to leave this compensation right at the middle at 0. You can leave that at evaluative. You're always going to want to check and make sure that this is set to large. We have plenty of space to store your amount of photographs. Look at how many photographs it can store. It can store over 2,000 photographs at large. We always want it to be to the highest quality. Always. Large is the best. Go large. We have two choices here, fine or normal. Again, always go with the best, fine. Okay, and then that one's for movies. You're not going to really do movies a whole lot here, but again, always go for the best. And that goes through that menu, okay? A couple more things I need to show you on this camera. On the back here, next to the function set button, we have this little flower. This little flower stands for macro. If I go ahead and press it, I'm going to get to macro. So everyone set your camera to macro. And you should see a little flower icon on your viewfinder. What this does is it allows me, I'm going to try to do this real quick, it allows me to focus on something very close up. I have a little flash drive here, and if I press my shutter release button is what takes the photograph. If I press my shutter release button, halfway down to focus. It can get a really nice close shot. I'm just a couple inches away, or less than an inch away actually. But if I do this halfway down, it'll focus and let me take a very close-up photograph of that object. Okay? So everyone take a minute and try to do a macro shot of something on the table in front of you. Pass it on to the next person.